It's called Be Different. I've been having it since about 10 years now. It started off as just like a clothing brand, just encouraging, kids to be different. And then last year I ended up turning it into like a charity. And we hope to just do everything that evolves around just a better lifestyle. So health, education, and fitness. Yeah, that's my goal. It was just a hobby. I just enjoyed, the clothing brand part of things. I didn't like make a bunch of designs, but I like spreading, a good message, and I did that through clothes. I just grew up around it, since I was born. My family played basketball, so that's all I really knew. I was always at games, at practices, so I would always just find the ball and go shoot around. And then when I moved to South Carolina in third grade, you start winning on a national scale, winning national championships. You get ranked. I was the number one player in seventh grade in the country. So just seeing that when you kind of fall in love with something and then you find out that you might be pretty good in it, then it just drives you. So for me, that's what's driven me. I love it so much, and just knowing that I'm good in it really keeps me going. And that's really all it is. It's just I love it so much and I'm good at it. So that's why I do it. It's kind of like satisfied. And, that's kind of a scary feeling because, you can stop working or you can work harder. And 90% of kids are going to stop working as hard. So for me, I don't think I stopped working as hard, but I do feel like I got complacent a little bit and, things like that. So I think it hurt me a little bit. But at the end of the day, I know if I just keep working hard and change the good and make the good better, I'll be just fine. Well, it took a long time, so it was always like my mom because she was the closest one in the house. Like if I had an idea or something, I always show her. But so I would say her, but she was hearing a new idea every single day. So when I got Be Different, it kind of stuck, and I was kind of like posting to see what people would buy. But when I got Be Different, I just stuck with it. Yeah. I look up to a lot of people, but I would say my mom is definitely the one who's been there next to me, supporting me for the longest. I would say I look up to her because, she's always thinking about the bright side of things. And, if I always have an idea or anything, she always listens to it, supports it. And you kind of got to be careful with who you share ideas with because, that can make or break you, just by how they react. So, I'm just grateful for my mom because she always, supported me, even if it was some crazy idea. Just work harder because we always think we're doing enough or we're tired but truth be told, time is gonna go by, and when it does, you're gonna want a lot of things. So I would have told myself just put in as much time as possible to everything you want. 10 years from now. And it's hard to do that as a kid, but I mean, you learn, and then you don't want to have to learn the hard way. So that would be my advice. Big problems now are going to be small problems later. That would be my goal, just to be patient. I had a lot of situations where I made it, I blew it up when it wasn't that big, and it turned out to be way bigger than it should have been, especially the consequences. So for me, it would just be that every situation or problem is not as big as you think it is, because 10 years from now, you're probably not even gonna remember it. Well, we usually have a schedule, so I just try to stick to the schedule. Shoot around, pregame meal. If I have an injury or something bothering me, I try to attend to it. Go see my trainers. But besides that, I don't try to think about the game too much or the outcome. I might study the other team a little bit, but as far as the game goes, it's just what I've been doing all my life. So I just try to approach it, have fun, and save my energy because I know I'll need it for the game. So that's pretty much what I do, what I'm thinking about for the game. I'm trying to win the whole day, not just the game. So like, yeah, that's my goal. Just stay focused, stay off my phone as much as possible and just prepare for the game. In college, I think a good fan base is it's important. Out here, I've made a lot of friends and stuff who support me, and it can help you a lot. Just like the charity, we need a bunch of support to help our mission come true, and that's just as equal as personal life or sports. I feel like if you have people who believe in you, you know you'll work 10 times as hard as if you think no one's there for you or no one cares. So I think it's always important to have a community of people, even if it's just a small circle, who supports you. Well, working in the charity has helped me a lot because I get to see a lot of these kids, but I also train kids sometimes. But everyone's different, and I like to go to the kids basketball games and stuff like that because they come to mind. So I just feel like everyone's supporting everyone right now, and that's probably the best time I've had out here is just being around those who support me and trying to support them as well. I know a lot of guys who play sports are into fashion. That's just a part of the culture now. Me, not as much. Mine is like I want mine in like stores like Walmart and Target and stuff like that. But I know a lot of guys who are into, fashion and putting on nice outfits and shoes and into that type of stuff. So I would say that it's pretty important because that's how a lot of guys, that's what they do off the court. And it could be worse, but I would say that's part of the culture now is fashion, especially in the basketball world. Yeah, that's how a lot of guys express themselves, or flashy shoes, or maybe it's just something calm, and you can kind of tell a person's personality by their outfits. I would say it's a big part of especially basketball. I do like certain materials or certain brands like Nike and New Balance. I never paid attention to like guys' outfits and shoes and stuff like that. But I do pay attention to the gear that I'm wearing. A comfy fit is a comfy fit, and if it looks nice, that's even better. So for me, it's all about the fit and the feel. But I would say that it is extremely important though. But as far as like outfits, nah, I don't really like judge people's outfits. Everyone has their style. But I kind of just like cozy fits, just especially on game days. Like I got necklaces that they're not flashy, but they're expensive. Like gold. I don't like the off season time because you have so much free time. But for me, I like staying busy because there's other things I could be doing that isn't as good. So I like to stay busy. I like to be in like working hard mode and get up and go to practice and weights. That's what I enjoy doing because I've been doing it all my life. So for me, that's just who I am. There are other people who get up and go to work every day, and for basketball, it's only like that for 8 months, and then the other four are pretty much up to you. So for me, I like being busy, go, 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 basketball game, weights, training, hotel, airplane. That's kind of how I like to be. I like to be on the road. So for me, it's just who I am. That's what I enjoy doing most, honestly. Just someone who was good in basketball, one. Someone who was a good person, two. And someone who built things for not only kids, but everyone, whether it's a park, whether it's a school, whether it's a playground, or just, anything, whether it's a program or a camp. That's what I want to be remembered for, is someone who, cared about others and someone who was really good in basketball.